update. Welcome to summer, I think, as hot as it is. Welcome to no school. Come down to Fishy Business. I got some things to show you. So new saltwater fish are in, new freshwater fish are in, and we're going to get to those in a minute. But one of the things that I want you to see, because it's an abnormal time of year for us to be suddenly heavily stocking corals, is that we've got a ton of new corals. A lot of really great stuff, especially in the $35 a frag or 2 for $60 pile. There are tons and tons of new corals that we don't typically have. Lots of really cool glove polyps, lots of leathers which we don't typically have in stock, brain corals, palistrea. There's a ton of things that we haven't had in quite some time in large corals, in small corals, in frags, and in our deal section. We've got 3 different sections of deals that we've got going right now. So you definitely want to come check those out if you're in the market for some corals. Real quick, just want to show you this. New products are coming in from RHODESII right now. We are supposed to be getting some of the smaller trees for the decorating, and check these out. New and different plates for corals and designing your aquarium. These come like this in a little pack. They're inexpensive and a great way to kind of fill out your coral reef if you're building a reef tank, or maybe you just have that one spot that needs a little something in it, or you need to create a different space for some of your corals. So really cool, just came in this week.
Hi, it's Kevin. We got a lot of cool stuff in freshwater, but also part of freshwater that we often overlook in these videos, I think, are the plants that we carry. We carry a vast range of aquatic plants for freshwater aquariums. Kat does a wonderful job on those. I've got in an awesome selection of DISCUS. These guys are healthy as horses, and they readily eat from my hand every day. I usually feed these little guys 2 to 3 times a day. They are little piggies. I've got in an awesome group of TROPHEUS DUBOISII. These guys are in their adult color pattern. They look wonderful. I got them from a local breeder. They look fantastic. Very rarely do you see these fish available at this size. We have a Fishy Business first. These are true black comets. Yes, black comets. You rarely ever see this color variant. This is the first time we've had this color strain in the store. They look incredible. Instead of goldfish, they're goth fish. A couple weeks ago, I was showing off my little baby RHODESII. These are some adult RHODESII. They are beautiful. They're an awesome African cichlid. They do well with peacocks and the such as well. These guys have the unique beauty of a Picasso painting. These are the CALVUS. I got these guys from a local breeder. They are really big for CALVUS, although CALVUS don't get that large. These guys are about 2.5, 3 inches. CALVUS stay relatively small. They are a Lake Tanganyikan cichlid. Really, really unusual shape of a fish. I think they're incredible. I have something truly amazing. I have a batch of cardinal tetras that is actually doing well. This fish is a very delicate fish, although it is common in the trade, but not one that I carry that often because they really just don't hold up that well. This batch came in looking amazing. I got in some beautiful high fin VARIATUS platies. These guys have the finnage and the color. They're spot on. One of the best looking live bearers I got in, no doubt, this week. I got in a really nice batch of long fin SERPAE tetras. They've got it on the finnage, they've got it on the color. This is a perfect fish to start out a brand new tank. Works really well for a cycle fish. I got in a few new import Plecostomus. This is my personal favorite. This is a SEBAUI. He will top out about 8 inches max size. I got in some of the largest Aurelius barbs I think I've ever seen. These guys are actually over, I would say easily over 6 inches long. They are really, really big. Here, let me give you a visual. Here's my hand, and there's the fish. See? They are enormous. They are also called a mascara barb. I got in some beautiful large Goiter River rainbows and some albino millennium rainbows. These guys would definitely give you an awesome pop of color in any large community tank. I got in a new batch of koi. These I got from a local source also, but a different local source than what I've been using, giving me a bunch of different colors and very unique scaling on a lot of these guys. These guys would really shine up in any garden pond really well. We have in some awesome looking little dwarf cichlids. These are the Pistogramma agassizii. They look amazing.
Hey everyone, what I've got for you today for a tank tip is as much of a tank tip as it is a product spotlight. And I'll let you determine which one it actually is. But the tip part of this is that there are all kinds of foreign elements, heavy metals, sprays and things like that that can get into your aquarium. Anything that does, there is one thing that will remove it generally every time, and that is a polyfilter. It is what we use here at Fishy Business in our service accounts and in the store as a little bit of an insurance policy. It's very inexpensive for what it does, whether it's in freshwater, whether it's in saltwater. The idea behind it is it's something that will extract any type of foreign agent from your tank. So if for some reason you're feeding the tank and there's something you forgot that was on your hands or a chemical or something like that that gets in there, the polyfilter does its job at removing it really quick. It's a good thing to have on hand as an insurance policy, but it's even better to have either in the sump of a saltwater or cut in a piece and running in your filter in a freshwater tank. So if you want something that will give you a little bit of an insurance policy from month to month at a very low cost, and something that will take care of a problem that might not necessarily be in the forefront of your mind, a polyfilter will do just that.
Hi guys, it's Reagan. My new saltwater fish are here. I'm very excited to show you. I got a lot of cool things. Let's go look. Up first is the beautiful passer angel. This is a small passer. Still has a lot of the juvenile colorings on it. As most angels, it does change color as it gets older. These guys are large-bodied angels, so they do very well in fish-only predatory tanks, as the passer angels do get somewhat aggressive as they get older. So predatory aggressive fish for these guys. They do eat coral, but they have beautiful colors. This is one of the hardiest saltwater fish, in my opinion, that you can possibly own. Have so much personality. Definitely one of my top saltwater fish choices of all time. Got in some monster Scopus tanks. My clown trigger would like to steal the show, but I'm going to talk about the Scopus tanks. Scopus tanks are a very hardy tang, have that beautiful copper color. They are deemed reef compatible, great for reef tanks, and also fish only tanks alike. They can go in pretty much any type of aquarium. This guy is almost full grown. I would say he's pretty much full grown, so they don't get much bigger than what you see here. They do need seaweed as a part of their diet, like all tangs, as they are omnivores and they need meaty foods as well as seaweed and algae. But Scopus tangs are a perfect fish to add, like I said, to a reef tank or any tank alike. My favorite fish in the entire ocean, this is the Picasso trigger. Picasso triggers do best in a fish-only fowler tank with more aggressive predatory fish, as they do get aggressive themselves, and with those really nice sharp teeth in the front will eat all of your inverts. Picasso triggers are one of the most popular trigger fish and saltwater fish in the hobby based off of their coloration and their personality. These guys do get decently large, so a bigger tank for them for sure, but you're not going to find another saltwater fish with this personality as well as all of those beautiful brush strokes, which is also how he gets the name Picasso trigger. So I was finally able to get in some more juvenile fox faces for everyone. These guys are incredible algae eaters and they add a lot of color to the tank with that bright yellow. Now if you can take a look at his top dorsal spines, he is actually venomous. So we just need to be careful and aware of where he is at all times when we stick our hands in the tank. But fox faces do well, even in reef tanks. They are deemed reef compatible with caution, as some fox faces do eat coral, but some of them don't. So you have about a 50-50 chance. A lot of times people do put them in their reef tanks and they do end up being totally fine. Fox faces are another omnivore like a tang that need meaty foods as well as seaweed. I'm also going to talk about this beautiful small sailfin tang. Sailfin tangs are one of Fishy Business' top fish to add to any tank, especially reef tanks, as these guys are reef safe. These are a zebra soma tang, so they can go with a lot of other tanks. Just be careful if we add another zebra soma, as those guys are in the same family, and that's where you see most of your aggression. But sailfins are one of the hardiest tangs that you can put in a reef tank. It's one of our favorite fish to start people with after the cycling process. And again, since they are omnivores, they do need seaweed as well. But your sailfin tang and your foxface are two of Fishy Business's top choices for a reef or a fish only tank, and you can't go wrong with either one. This is a pretty special fish. I don't get them in very often, and he is still acclimating, so he is gonna hide a little bit for us. But this is the gorgeous high fin snapper. They're called high fin snappers because of that really nice high fin and that streamer that comes off the top. These guys are a very large fish species, so a big tank, fish only preferably, with fish that are bigger than them or bigger than their mouths, as they are a snapper. So they do have the opportunity to eat smaller fish if they are hungry. But a carnivore is what this guy is. So big meaty foods like the LRS Chunky are going to be perfect. He is going to be a true showstopper, the #1 fish that people are gonna look at in your tank for sure. One of the most prized fish that people have in their saltwater reef tanks is this guy right here. This is your green mandarin dragonet. Everyone wants to have a mandarin dragonet, and understandably so. Their colors, that pattern, they are one of the most just adorable and most breathtaking fish in the ocean. Now, copepods are what these guys eat. Mandarin dragonets typically don't eat frozen food, only those copepods. So if you would like to try a mandarin, or you have one and want to keep your copepod population up, we do sell those for you to buy and put into your tank to keep these guys alive. These guys are one of the most peaceful saltwater fish that you can possibly own, and they are very reef safe. So a really nice, peaceful reef tank is where this guy is going to thrive and do his best. But there's really not a more prized or more beautiful saltwater fish than the mandarin dragonet. All right, so it looks like we have two best friends right here. The one on the right is the Aptasia eating filefish. If you have the glass anemone or the Aptasia in your tank and you would like to get rid of it, which you should, getting an Aptasia eating filefish is going to be the best option. They eat all the Aptasia, and then they will continue to eat all the frozen food and live very peacefully in your tank. The other fish that is hugging the rock on the left is your butter hamlet grouper. So even though he's a grouper, because he's a hamlet grouper, he is going to be a dwarf grouper, so he's not going to get very big, maybe 6 inches in total size. And these guys are typically, they work really well in any type of tank, even with fish. Because they don't get big, there's not a lot of super small fish that can fit in their mouths, but still, because he's a grouper, definitely keep him with fish that are bigger than his mouth. But both are really nice, and like I said, they look like best friends. These guys work well in any type of tank. I would prefer the hamlet grouper go in a fish only, but the Aptasia eating filefish can go in either one.
Okay everyone, thanks for paying attention and staying tuned to the video. I hope you guys are liking the fact that we dropped the commercials from the video. What I could use a little bit of help from and a little bit of feedback is, what would you like to see in the tank tips? As I was driving in this morning, I had a little bit of a hard time coming up with, well, should I do how to gravel siphon a tank, or should I talk about this? Because I don't want to make it too one-sided with saltwater or with freshwater. So some tips from you guys would be great, and I'll put it in the video next week. So have a great weekend, God bless, and on to the bloopers.
Aiden. You're worse than Ryan. You know that? Yeah.
Hey guys, Hayden here, the coral manager. So today we're going to be checking out Christopher's tank, which is a 140, what is it? What was the water box?
145.
145.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's restart that.
Okay.
Alright, hey. Hey guys, Hayden here, the coral manager. So today we're going to be checking out Christopher's tank, which is a 145 water box. Yes, I got that right, sort of. Let's do that again.
I don't like this.
I don't like this either.
I don't know what's happening.
I just want to get this over with. Hey guys, Hayden here, the coral manager. Today we're going to be checking out Christopher's 145 water box. Let's check it out.
And
Hey everyone, welcome to the weekly update. March is here, March the 2nd today, so happy Fat Tuesday everyone. Wait a minute, it's Wednesday. It's Fat Tuesday, but it's on a Wednesday. Let's contemplate this for a bit. Okay, sorry.
Hi, it's Kim. I can't talk because the bleach is killing my throat.